All right, so I'm gonna be brutally honest with y'all, right? I thought this shit was fake. Like when I saw the first picture of this statue, I thought it was AI generated BS, right? But when I saw extra clips and extra angles, I was like, it's no way in hell that this is a real statue in New York, one of the busiest areas in the world, right? With no further ado, shout out to Anton Daniels. Let's check out this video.
Places in the world. City of Maldonado shows us why.
At 12 feet tall, in the middle of Times Square, stands a bronze sculpture of a young woman.
It's instantly stood out. It's powerful.
It's so tall and big.
The sculpture, created by artist Thomas Price, was unveiled at Duffy Square last week, and in just a matter of days, it has stopped hundreds in their tracks. Who is she? Well, technically, she's whoever you want her to be.
Me being a plus-size Black woman, I kind of looking at it was like, oh, I wonder what me as a small child would have thought looking at something like that. Representation.
The piece is
This is the dumbest thing that we've ever seen in our entire life. How did we get here? Honestly, how did we get here? How does this make sense? Just honestly. Like, even if you are not all the way together, who aspires to have a fupa and to be a
Yeah, it's actually embarrassing. And sadly, people that I'm close to, I'm not going to say any names because I love these people, but they feel that this is proper representation of the Black community. And of course, the Black woman, right? So I got people that's close to me that anything that's Black, it doesn't matter what the hell it is a good representation and, you know, is celebrated, right? So they could care less about the image. They could care less about anything as long as it is Black or related to the Black community. Black folks will celebrate it all the time. It doesn't matter what the hell it is.
I remember you had to actually accomplish something to get a statue in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to actually do something and it had to be great at something. But this representation shit is just out of control. It's just, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed today, or I'm tired from traveling because I had to fly here. And I don't know. Honestly, I genuinely don't know, but it just doesn't make sense to me. And honest to God, when somebody, and I would love to know, and hopefully they show us during this whole segment here, when somebody said, yo, I'm about to set out to do a statue and I'm about to put it in Times Square along with the founding fathers and all of these other statues, and you go over to Wall Street and you got the bull, right? And you got the little girl and all of this stuff that's happening out in life. And then you go over to, I don't know, Los Angeles, and you see Kobe Bryant and all of these different things that we see, and Jerry West and the great statues that we see. Who set out and said, yo, and why is the Black woman looking like this? Why is this the representation of what Black women need to be? When the woman was just talking on the camera and she said, if I was a little girl, and what I wonder what I would have thought if I would have looked, you know what I'm saying, looked at this when I was a little kid. What exactly would you would have thought?
And that's the thing. And I'm sure Anton Daniels knows this, but just statistically proven, I don't want to hear that, oh, you talking bad about Black women shit. Shut the hell up. But it is proven that the majority of Black women in America are obese. So this statue is literally a representation of the majority of adult Black women. It's a fact. You can look that up. I don't need y'all in my comment section talking that dumb shit. You will get blocked. But Anton Daniels, he know what's up. He know that this is going to appeal to the majority of Black women in our community, right? So, and that's why they're eating it up right now. Like, they got clips of obese Black women, you know, doing the dances and shit next to it. So it's some crazy shit. It's embarrassing as hell. You know what I mean? But I'm just a journalist. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion, but then again, I'm also gonna tell the truth, right? I'm not gonna lie about anything on my channel. Y'all know how I get down.
when children look at stuff and they aspire for things in life, do you think that they look at this and they say, you know what, this makes so much sense. I want to be this lady when I grow up. It look crazy, man. It's absolutely insane. And I just don't know where the plot went. I don't know what happened in life. How do we get here, bro? Seriously, genuinely. And this don't have nothing to do with hate. This don't have nothing to do with anything. But even if you're going to create it,
I think, and Anton, I'm gonna give you my answer to that question. I think we got here due to the accepted pandering, right? Nobody wanted to speak out against the pandering because if you did, you was a self-hater, you was a coon, you was Uncle Tom. So therefore, we accepted the pandering, and now it's getting to the heads of many black people to where they don't even know they're being pandered to because they feel like they're entitled to the pandering. Does that make sense to y'all? Like a lot of black folks feel like they are entitled to the pandering and they view it as the truth rather than pandering, right? So that's exactly how we got here today because the community accepted the pandering and started viewing it as the truth, right?
Part of a series called Grounded in the Stars, which Gene Cooney, director of Times Square Art, says confronts preconceived
is that
notions
the lady that made it? This lady right here?
Which Gene Cooney, director of
Is she the director? Is she the one that authorized it? Who gave the permit for this to be in Times Square? Is she the person or what?
Times Square Art says confronts preconceived notions of identity and representation.
To have this work here is making a statement, potentially asking questions about what we value as a city, as a society, and hopefully it's a tribute to our shared humanity.
Tourists and New Yorkers we spoke with expressed different interpretations of what she represents to them.
It's a plus size woman. I'm a plus size man. I'm African American. It's an African American woman statue. So just seeing another piece for me to stop and just have a moment with was very powerful.
So now we find the zestiest man that we can find, and we are celebrating being plus size.
It's always nothing against that community. I'm not talking bad, but it's always them. Like they always pick the zesty and the softer black men to speak on shit like this, right? Like they choose the zesty black men to be a representative of black men, right? They always avoid the masculine black men. It's gonna be like, man, this shit crazy. This is some corny shit. Nah, they're gonna avoid that, but they're going to pick the weakest versions of us to represent us.
No, we're not celebrating making sure that we get our BMI down, that we make sure we get our blood sugar down. We're not celebrating good health. We're not doing none of that. We're just validating experiences. And then they find a young gentleman who admits that he is plus size, and he's saying that this is a representation of him. So wait a minute. A black man is saying a black woman is a representation of him. You could be the most feminist person in the world. You could be the most diversity, equity, and inclusion in the world. I believe, and don't sit here and hit me with that artist subjective shit. I believe that every person that looks at this as a representation of them should be disappointed. And whoever the artist is that said that this is what a black woman is supposed to look like. Briefcase booty, fupa, shirt too small, pulling up, hands on the hips, maybe look like they about to steal from Walmart or walk out on the restaurant bill. Who knows? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't imagine that anybody that is taking a picture of this is saying, you know what, this is great. I want to just, I would imagine that it's a bad joke. Literally, it has to be a bad joke.
And it's not a joke, Anton. It's not a joke. This is real. People are taking this seriously. People are celebrating it. And like I said earlier, it's about the pandering and people accepting the pandering, people being entitled to the pandering, and they're viewing it as the truth, right? So people like me and Anton and others with common sense, we know that this is some bullshit. But for the people that don't think that way, they're going to eat this up. They are going to celebrate this shit, right? because of the accepted pandering.
No way in the world that somebody created this. And it's a 12-foot bronze statue, which means it probably costs a bag. It probably costed a pretty penny. I might be done for the night after this one.
So just seeing another piece for me to stop and just have a moment with was very powerful.
If you look at the eyes, it's looking straight at something, it's focused, it's purposeful.
The sculpture proves to be a well-liked juxtaposition placed among the more traditional statues in Times Square, which is the goal, according to officials, of placing said artwork in such a significant area.
Coming from a person of color background as well, it's really nice to see something come across as like this everyday person that...
A person of color background. That's how they finessed y'all in the first place. They finessed y'all by making y'all think that y'all all a part of the crew, and now everybody is just validating bad experiences.
Looks a little bit out of place, but I also think that's because of where we are standing. It might not look out of place if everything in our surrounding reflected everyday life more to us.
Nah, I'm good, fam. It don't make sense to me. I don't think that this is a good representation. I could have thought of 1,000 different things that probably looked a lot better and would make sense. Number one, I just don't think that this is just not a good look, honest to God.
And y'all can finish. He's about to wrap it up, but like y'all can finish watch the video on Anton Daniels' channel. But yeah, like I agree with him 1,000%. This is embarrassing. This is stupid. This is crazy. But when you got a big percentage of the black community that celebrates shit like this, it's really nothing you could do, because people like me, people like Anton, people like Officer Tatum, we're gonna get looked at as outliers. Like, oh, y'all don't like y'all mama, y'all don't like y'all daddy, y'all are whitewashed, y'all are this, the same talking points that they always make. So it will always be like that. It will always be a division between black folks with common sense that see shit for what it is, and black folks that think that things are owed to them and they want to be pandered to. It will always be that way. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think. It's your boy TJTheRealist. Shout out to Anton Daniels. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to him. Appreciate y'all support. Love and blessings. New video coming soon, man.